What's up, y'all, and welcome back to the UNC podcast under no conditions. I am one of your hosts, Tiana. I got my co-host here, Isaac Iceman. Don't play
Yeah,
with me. Yeah, we
man,
back,
we
we
back
back,
in the
we
house.
back.
We back. What's
Yes, we
going
are.
on with you? What's happening?
What's happening with y'all? Look, yeah, look. Let me go ahead and put it out there, y'all. I'm sorry I wasn't here last week. I ain't gonna put it on Iceman. I ain't gonna put it on me, but things be happening. But I'm back.
Hey,
But
man, nah, she was out there making them chips. Y'all heard the broadcast, man. She was out there making that money. I wasn't mad at her. The show must go on because this is what
yes,
we do here at UNC. She was getting that bread.
I,
Yes,
I
she did.
was, I was. You know what I'm saying? I was getting to it. But before we start, y'all, and he gonna be mad at me, and I don't care. That's why I wanted to open the show. Y'all stop what you're doing. Give a round of applause to Iceman. He turned 26 on
20,
Monday.
26 and a half. Yes, it
26 and
did
a
it.
half on
Look here.
Monday. I sent
Hey,
that
man.
brother $2. He ain't even thank me. You know
Hey,
what I'm
let me
saying?
let me
But it's
tell y'all
cool.
something, man. When you wake up, man, on your birthday, man, and you get a cash app for $1.25, you know it ain't from nobody but her.
Yeah. I'm a single mother. I'm a single parent out here. I got a kid going to college. You know what I'm saying? That's the best I can do.
Yo,
I went to work Thursday so I could give you $1.25.
hey,
You don't even
I'm gonna say
appreciate it.
this, man. It's the thought that count.
Yeah, that's all that matters. That's all that matters, Joe. That's all that
Yes, it
matters.
did it, man.
Yes, it
Look,
is.
let me tell
Yeah,
you
you had a
something.
good week. I know when you started off with a bang, but you been having a good week though.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, these back pains ain't stopped. My feet ain't stopped hurting. Man, I got a crick in my neck. Man, my eye been jumping. I'm telling you, man, my shoulders hurt.
What you be doing? What's going
Oh,
on?
man, look, let me tell you something, man. Ever since this birthday, man, I get up, man. I'm telling you something, man. I got all kinds of aches and pains. I don't have enough Excedrin to take. You hear me? But you know what? I ain't even complaining, man. Because hey, I wish they was making that Anderson. Remember Anderson? Anderson was for everything, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you
yeah, it
something, man.
was.
Man, I'm telling you something. If your beard was gray, you took some
Yeah,
Anderson,
take
man.
some Anderson.
Tell you something, man. Look, man, if you was sweating too hard, you took some Anderson,
Take
man.
some
Anderson.
Anderson. Yep. Hey,
I
everything.
swear,
You needed to pass
everything.
this test in school. Take some
Take
Anderson.
some Anderson.
Everything. Everything. Take it for everything.
Hey, man, that's what we do. But
Yeah.
what we doing tonight, man? How we getting at them?
Man, we listen, y'all. We're gonna have what my mother like to call a smorgasbord. So we're gonna talk about a lot of different things tonight. But let's start off. Iceman, we was talking, he got a good topic. Let's start off there and see where it leads us.
Hey, let me tell you something, man. This week has been a very incredible week.
Mm-hmm.
However, I am a people person and I do service work. And one thing that I've really been paying attention this week has really been, heavy on my heart is how much people think they love themselves and they really don't.
Mm-hmm.
And no matter what extents they go to try to prove to you that they love themselves, they still miserable.
Right. Right.
And for me, personally, I had to kind of step back and look at myself,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to ask myself those tough questions. And the
Mm-hmm.
first thing for me is like, how do I define love for me?
Mm-hmm.
And that's a wide range of things. But for
Right.
me personally, it's just for me, it's being at peace, like having my own peace within me.
Yeah.
No matter what's going on around in my life, I just had to understand that for me, that had to be the most important thing. And communication is love for me too, because I'm big on communication
Mm.
because that's one of my pet peeves. Like it doesn't matter what it sounds like or how it looks.
Mm.
If you communicate with me, I'm good with you. We got,
Okay.
it's no issues. It's just a feeling of satisfaction when people can be vulnerable in their own level of communication, no
Mm-hmm.
matter what level it is.
Right.
However, if you can bring that to the table, then for me, we good.
Right.
However, when you look at other people that continue to put the effort in to try to make themselves happy to prove a point to you, when all in all you understand, man, look, you don't have to do that
Right.
because I see the hurt, I see the pain, I see
Mm-hmm.
the unhappiness, And that's heavy on my heart because happiness is different from everybody for everybody. However, we don't have to make it such to the extreme that we continue to make ourselves miserable. What you think about that, T?
Right. Yeah, I mean that's some really valid points. But I like really what you say. Two things. Communication is always key. And then also too, you gotta figure out what works for you. You know, what it means to love yourself. I can't if for example, I love perfume. I collect perfumes. You know what I'm saying? That's just something tangible that I love to do for myself. So somebody saying, well, go out here and buy $600 worth of car equipment. That's not me, in a tangible way, loving myself. So you got to figure out what makes you happy, as far as, tangible things, but you got to do the inner work too. So if you're one of those people that, need to hear or need to talk to your family on a daily basis just to check in, and that's the way you need love, then that's the way you need love, but you, at the end of the day, it got to work for you. But the other side to it, in Iceman, that I feel like everybody not gonna love you the way that you need to be loved. And that's
Ooh,
my question.
ooh.
But see, that's my question, because you hear some people say deal with people that love you the way you need to be loved. But then you hear other people say everybody can't love you the way you need to be loved. So how do you feel about that? Because I kind of agree with both, but where do we take that? You know what I'm saying?
It's not. That's not a fine line, to be honest with you,
Mm,
because I found myself, in my own personal experiences, loving a person the way I think that they need to be loved, and I was all wrong. Right?
right,
I was all wrong because what I thought love may be for you wasn't for you.
right.
It was based on my
What
my
you
experiences and what I have accumulated and saw from other people and
mm,
that were around me that were doing the same thing. So
hmm
you go into a situation, you be like, okay, well, I think they might like this or they might like this because they're this or they're that. And then you do that, and then you find out, after a while, what's the problem? It's really not working.
right, right.
Because for me as a person, as an individual, I haven't taken the time out. And this is big, and this is something that I had to learn,
Hmm.
to pay attention. Because if you pay attention, certain things you don't have to ask.
Right.
So in the process of paying attention, you're gonna have to be vulnerable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're gonna have to be vulnerable. And sometimes it's not always gonna feel good
Yeah.
because that person may not even know how to love you,
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
you know?
Yeah.
And you trying to figure it out. We talk about this all the time, see, and sometimes you trying to figure it out, and then what happens is you figure out 1 or 2 years into your little situation because the first 2 years I still call them situational ships.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, that you find out. Look, I don't. This ain't working out.
Right. Right.
You know what
Right.
I mean? And what I had to find out, what I had to work on me was it wasn't about it wasn't about me. It really was about them
Hmm.
and what I was lacking
Mm. Okay.
based on what I thought I knew. What I thought I knew, I didn't know.
Right.
So now that's where we get back to the communication and sitting down and be like, look, I'm paying you, I pay you attention. I think I really know what you like or what you don't like.
Right.
And it seemed like we keep bumping heads. And I know I'm really putting forth an effort. And you may be putting forth an effort too, but somewhere in the middle it's just not working out.
We're going in different directions.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
Yeah.
let's sit down and let's have this gut wrenching conversation. Matter,
Right.
it don't matter. We're not gonna be yelling. We're not gonna be cussing at each other. We're not gonna be disrespectful. If we gotta share tears in this process to get to where we need to go, and what I found out is that for me, that I was lacking the ability to be able to love you when in that space. You understand what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like, if I can't love you, I still got to know how to like you.
I like that. I like
You
that. You could
you know what
definitely
I'm
apply
saying?
that to family. I if I can't love you, I gotta like you. You know what I'm saying?
I
Learn how
gotta
to like
like you,
you. Yeah,
and I equated love and like to be the same thing, and it's not.
right. It's two different things. Yeah.
And I had to learn in relationships, it's gonna be period, man. I ain't gonna love you.
Mm-hmm.
I,
Yeah,
you know what?
that's true.
Because
Yeah.
if I can't love you, and I really understand the importance of liking you, then I can continue to respect you.
Right. That's deep. I like that. Say that again. I like that.
So in the times that I can't love you, if I understand the importance of liking you, then I can continue to respect you.
Respect you. That just
Right?
that just touch right here. I like that. I like
That
that.
touch you, that
Yeah.
hit you.
That make a
Hey
lot of
man,
sense though.
this what we do, man. For you guys is just tuning in to UNC, man. We having a great time, man. We talking about um, people that try hard to love themselves, to love you, to love themselves when they really don't love themselves,
Right.
and put so much effort into trying to prove to you that they love themselves, they still miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I know everybody, has some people, not just family, some people in their life that has gone out of their way to really try to prove themselves. See,
Mm-hmm.
because we do that. See, we
Yeah.
do that. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
prove to you. I'm gonna show you. But in that process, man, we ugly.
We are. We
We
definitely
ugly.
are. Especially when we have, you see how ugly you are when you have people, good people around you who hold you accountable and tell you the truth when you don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And two things. Let me go back to what you were saying. We had a show about that, being loving somebody selfishly because we loving them based on what we need or what we think is right. So I get what you're saying. That's totally clear. You just put something in my heart about that. But the thing is, we we are our best selves when we have people around us that hold us accountable and tell us the ugly parts because all of us do. It's the sweetest person in America that you can meet got a little something to them that's just not so nice. You know what I mean? That's how I think we're wired. But like you said, when we have people in our lives, especially in those intimate relationships where we can, sit down and be vulnerable, it helps us to identify, okay, I need to change this. Or guess what? My partner really don't like when I get up at 6 o'clock in the morning and make coffee and make breakfast. He don't need that. Or she don't need me to buy her a Chanel bag every week. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, again, it goes back to being vulnerable and having conversations and being willing to open up and share. You know what I mean? And that's like a key thing. And it hurt though, man. It hurt like hell when somebody call you out on your stuff. I'm dealing with that now. Why you all up in my house? You
Well,
know.
I ain't gonna I can't afford a Chanel bag. So, and even if I could afford it, I'm still ain't gonna buy you one every week because
Well, I
that
need one every week.
not well. Well,
Auntie need one.
I'm telling you right now, if you go 3 blocks up the street, turn right on Chester Avenue, go up Harrington Way, you know what's happening. Yeah, this is what we
Yeah,
do, man.
you crazy. Yeah, but
We gotta have a good time, and I most definitely understand like
yeah,
the
yeah,
analogy of the bag because many of us we buy the love.
yeah. But you know something, y'all. Let me say, not to cut you off. Me and Iceman were having a conversation months ago, and just getting some advice from friend to friend, and he was telling me that you know, I'm gonna put this in plain terms. When sometimes when guys have the money to spend, they don't respect you the same way. Now I'm not saying that's in all situations, y'all. I'm just saying, just speaking of one type of situation, they spend that money because they don't have respect and they want to have that freedom to do what they want to do. So they hold that over your head. So you can't make a move because you like, well, he do da 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 da, and so you get in these bags, like thinking, okay, this is it, just the life I want to live. But then we see people like, man, she getting this, he buying her that, but she's miserable. And
Hmm.
she's showing you, hey, he give me this,
Yeah.
he bought me a car, he bought me a Gucci watch, all that stuff, but she miserable because he's not giving her the love or the attention or the respect that she needs. And Iceman, you had put me on to that. And I mean, for real, that's the truth. You know what I mean? In those certain situations, not every, just in those.
It's incredible how we don't look at that. We want to focus on like the tangible things, like
Yeah,
that we can see, we can put our hands on.
yeah,
We don't even touch or focus on the things, the intangibles.
yeah. The heart.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, can I touch your soul? Can I love your see? Can I
Mm,
love your soul? Uh,
mm.
hey, we go. I'm man. Look, don't love me. Here we go. At, here we go. I see. I know how to get her triggered, man. I don't want you. Don't love me. Mm-mm. No. I don't want you to tell me you love me. I don't want to hear none of that. Look at it, y'all. Y'all see that? Y'all see what I got? Man, it get worse. It get worse. See, look, man, it gets worse off the camera. But I don't want you loving me.
Go ahead, give your spew. Okay.
And because many of us we love based on the condition
Mm.
of
Agreed.
what I'm doing for you. I always say, right? You know, yeah. For those you guys that know me, man, I'm crazy as hell, right?
Oh yeah.
Man, look, I don't want nobody to love me, man. I want somebody that's gonna be with me to know, when I'm getting ready to have a goddamn stroke. How about that? Or if I'm having a goddamn heart attack, man, don't be trying to love me because, man, I'm the things that I'm doing for you. Man, look here. If you can't recognize that, man, my baby's sick or he's having some difficulties right now, we need to get him to the ER, man. Stay your ass across the street,
You
man.
taking it to a whole nother level, Iceman. You taking it to a whole other level. Hey, one don't have
Hey,
nothing to do with the other.
hey,
Stop.
I gotta break it up, man. You
Yeah.
know how we
Yeah, I'm
do.
I'm triggered right now. That ain't got nothing to do with the other thing. Nothing at all.
Hey,
Okay?
for you guys that don't know, that one was for her. Cause the last show that we had on the low, man, she interviewed me, man. Y'all don't
Yeah.
know, man.
Yeah.
She
And
broke me
did.
down, man. She was on it like a hornet, man. And I
But
appreciate you,
but
man.
Iceman, though, to me, see, I grew up in a household in a family where we always told each other we love you like 100 times a day. Not forced, but because that's generally how we deal with each other. I was taught you love your family. Y'all go through tough times, but you love your family. So I say I love you a lot. But it to me, and this is the thing, like you said, this brings it all back in. We got to figure out how we love. I have been with partners who kind of had that concept like you know what I mean? Like, don't say it, you don't have to, blah 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 blah. And it was almost like a rejection
Yeah,
to me as a person, and I had
yeah,
to learn not to take that personal, because of what they weren't rejecting me. It's just the concept that they, weren't into, and that's okay. That's them. But then I had to start making conscious decisions. I want to be with somebody that's okay with saying I love you, expressing their love, not intangible things, but being quote unquote mushy mushy, affectionate. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So I had to be selective because that's what I needed. You know what I mean? And
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with that. But
Oh,
I
that's true.
understand what you're saying. I do feel like, especially as black men, y'all are loved conditionally. I do feel
Yeah,
like that. I do not feel
yeah,
like all black men are loved unconditionally, because we okay with the standard being one way for this person or somebody we see on Instagram, but we don't give our own men in our own lives the same respect or the same room to make mistakes. It's
and,
okay if, not trying to drag nobody out there. It's okay if Kevin
yeah,
Hart cheat on his wife because he got money to try to buy back, make it feel better. But you with Mookie, you know what I'm saying? And it's like,
yeah.
you won't, not saying that cheating is okay, y'all, but you won't give him the same space to make a error as well. You understand?
Exactly. And
So,
and this goes really on, the whole, alignment of just like learning how to love yourself.
mm-hmm,
And I most definitely understand what you're saying because for me, as a black man, I know I would want to think that I know how to love, and I
mm-hmm,
love hard.
mm-hmm,
See, and for me, I don't know how to do it no other way.
right,
It's just not. I'm not just gonna give you a little bit.
right,
And a lot of times for me, right, I need that back in return.
got you.
And sometimes for some people that becomes an insecurity. because it has a whole level of vulnerability that people aren't willing to experience.
Yeah, understood. I got
That
that.
means that means that like I don't need to know everywhere you going or what, but I'm there.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? You ain't you. I'm the person. You don't have to worry about me.
me too.
And what comes with that T is that as an individual that's dealing with a people, that person that loves at that different level, a lot of individuals don't know how to turn off the behaviors,
Mm, mm.
right?
Right, right,
That don't coincide with that. Oh,
right,
well, he loved me, so I know I'm gonna be able to do this and I'm gonna get that. No,
right. No,
that's
no.
a whole different like level. Like it's like we had a part we was talking I think a couple of weeks ago, maybe
Mhm.
3 or 4 weeks ago, how you like to make dinner, you like to make the
Yeah,
plates, you like to do this, you like to go
mhm.
get the like I love that. Like I, a lot of women don't have that.
Right,
That's unconditionally.
right,
That's a whole different level of, you know what, I can't worry about how you treat your situation,
right.
but him, he ain't gotta go to the store and get nothing. He ain't gotta
Yeah,
worry about, you
yeah,
know what I'm saying?
right,
And that takes a different level of not only love but self-commitment, because it's gonna be times where your love be so strong emotionally, both of you guys are tired, but guess what, I still like you and
right.
I can still respect you.
And still
and
respect you. Yeah,
and when we both tired, we can sit down and have a conversation
yeah,
and we can figure it out.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right. Well,
So
since we talking about respect, let me ask you this question, and get your thoughts on this. When you lose the respect in a relationship for your partner, do you think you can get it back? I mean,
yes,
you think you can give it back or get it back?
yes,
Mm,
yes. You gotta look at your own belief systems and what do you feel like the respect is for you, and that comes with not having conversations.
mm,
See, that comes under the assumption
right.
that and having boundaries and having those difficult conversations, because what may be disrespectful to you, I might be cool with,
Exactly. Right.
and what
Right.
may be disrespectful to me, you might be cool with,
Right. But
and
those are conversations, like you said, that are uncomfortable. You should have had these in the beginning,
T,
not when we 3 years in.
yeah, T, you got to have them, and I'm gonna tell you something, right? They gotta be so uncomfortable that whoever you having that conversation with, you want to make them so uncomfortable in the process of you moving forward that they're gonna be forced to make a decision.
Okay, got you. Good.
See,
I'm glad you
because
brought that up. Yeah.
right, because it's not about that I don't want you. I just need you to understand who I am.
Hmm.
And we have boundaries, and we have all these words that we use. But see, my issue would be like, guess what? I'm going to sacrifice my time, my energy, and my resources all for you.
Right. Right.
Can you do that for me?
Can you do it for me? Right.
See, because I don't have no single friends,
Hmm. Hmm.
because I know what that brings.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and that's just who I am.
Hmm. Hmm.
So my thing is, when I walk out the house, I'm solo.
Right.
I ain't at the club, I ain't at the bar. Like if it get to a point I don't like coming home, we most definitely gonna have to sit down
Oh
and have
yeah,
one
for
of them
sure.
6 hour
Cause my house
conversations.
gonna be my peace. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And you know what? You just hit it. 95% of the couples household ain't they peace.
Yeah.
I If you can't enjoy coming home, man, that's a problem.
Can I tell you something? That's a big, huge thing for me. Like I don't like, believe it or not, I don't like arguing. It's just it's something because of, in childhood things. Growing up in a house where my parents used to argue a lot. I don't like arguing. Now I'm gonna tell you how I feel. Don't get it twisted. But I don't want to be cussing and yelling, throwing stuff. I'm not doing all of that. And when I'm in a relationship with somebody, that's one thing I tell them off the break. We're not doing all that stuff up in the house. other out there. We can have uncomfortable conversation, but I'm never gonna be with somebody that I don't want to come home to. I'm never gonna sit in my car outside for an hour and a half because I gotta gather myself to deal with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
I'm never gonna do that. Now I sit in
mm.
the car because you know how when you get over work, you just need a few minutes to decompress. Cool. But I'm not gonna sit in my car thinking about what am I walking into when I get into this house.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
gonna do that. I'm never gonna
Oh,
do that.
yeah, man.
Not when the cost of living is too high, the cost of having high blood pressure as a black woman is too high. None of that. And just for my peace, you know what I mean? Maybe when I was in my 20s, 30s, yeah, no problem. I could tussle, wrestle with them, whatever. But now that's a deal breaker for me. That's a deal breaker for TT. Cussing, yelling, obviously putting hands on, all of that. Them is deal. I'm telling them. I tell people off the break in the beginning. One dude was like, "Yeah, you think you kind of moving fast, so like we gonna be together." No, I need to tell you this now, so I don't waste my time. I don't know what you want to do, but I'm gonna tell you what TT want to do, and TT ain't having this. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Hey, man, I'm telling you, TT about 25 years ago, man, I'm telling you something.
man.
She'd have broke your windows out and flashed your car and be sitting on the curb waiting for you till you got there. I'm telling you
And,
right now.
and TT, let me tell y'all, I don't tell nobody this. I told y'all, TT super glue somebody's windshield wipers to their windshield.
Ah,
And TT,
TT,
hold on, I got
TT.
one more. TT put somebody's PlayStation in water, dried it out a little bit for a day or two, and let the dude take it to the pawn shop and let them tell him that it had water damage. I'm like, why? Why would it have water damage? Why? That's stupid. They trying to steal your PlayStation. What are you talking about? Why does it have water damage? Why? We don't live in a damp environment. Why would it have water? And to this day, I stick to that. Period.
And if he watching this, he know now.
Oh, he know now. He know now. Sorry, but hey, Isaac, it was so bad. He took it to another spot, and it was like, man, they got water damage. I said, how? They trying to lie to you. Nah, man. Come on, man. Let me take it up there. Yeah.
Yeah, let me take it up there.
Let me take it up there.
I'm gonna buy a new one, and then we go to the pawn shop so I can make you look like a fool. Hey
Exactly.
man, y'all see what I'm going through, man?
Hey,
Oh my
Isaac,
gosh.
Isaac, think
Oh
about this.
my.
Could you imagine? And I know y'all, this is so dangerous. It's not funny. I do not advocate for this. Could you imagine driving? It start raining. Your windshield don't work. Windshield wipers don't work because they glue, super glue, gorilla glue to the windshield. How you explain that to your insurance company? How? How do you explain that?
Hey man, I would tell you. Hey T, I'd be like, man, she gonna wait till the rain, and then she gonna ask you to go to the store.
Yeah,
Hey man, yo, we need this, we need that. Man,
right.
he get about 5 minutes in his drive, man. Then windshield wipers is broke. Man, he can't see. Hey man, don't let him be wearing no glasses. He left his glasses at the crib. Hey, man, this is the Under No Conditions podcast, man. We having a
Yes,
ball
yes.
here today, man. I'm telling you, we cutting up, man. We
Cutting
talking
up.
about loving yourself,
Yeah,
and you know what? And not worrying about, man, how people need to love you, man. Yo,
yeah,
guys, man,
yeah.
it's been, hey, it's a hard road to
Mm-hmm.
really
Mm-hmm.
try to love yourself and prove to other people that you love yourself.
Right.
And then all in all, you are
It's
still
dying
miserable.
inside. Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
still miserable.
Yeah. We gotta stop, y'all. We hear this every day, but y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all this every time we get on the show. We gotta stop worrying about what other people think and just tell the truth. If your shit stink right now, it stink. You know what I'm saying? If you hurting right now, you with that. Every relationship, like my Iceman said, I ain't gonna be, in love with you every single day. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Exactly.
a day where I'ma just be love. I'ma just have a LO for you. But do I like you and can I respect you? You know what I'm saying? And stop going to the spa, and I love it. Love going to the spa, getting facial, buying myself a new pair of shoes or a bag. But at the end of the day, you buy that, and then you still got to come home and deal with the ugly you. Are you okay with that? Do you love who you are when you know, wake up? Do you love who you are when you get mad? You know what I'm saying? So just a little
Hey,
something.
hey, that's a nice one, man. I
Yeah,
caught that one, man. Do you love you when you mad? Woo.
yeah. Do
Look,
you love you?
do
Forget
you still like?
everybody else. Do you
Yeah,
love
do
you?
you still like you when you
Yeah.
pissed off? What?
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
my gracious,
Or do you
man.
take it too far? Or are you one of them people that wake up in the next day and you got to spend the next 2 days apologizing to the person because you don't went off the deep end? You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something, man. You know, the one thing about me, I ain't going below the belt.
Yeah.
Whatever
I
you
learned that
share,
too.
whatever you share with me in
Not gonna bring it up.
privacy and person, I am not gonna do that to you. I
No,
am
not gonna
not
bring that up. No,
gonna bring. No,
no,
I'm not gonna do that. See,
no.
because I'm talking, as a father. You know what I'm saying, and as a black man, you know, men in general have a big issue with being vulnerable
Mm-hmm.
with our
Yeah,
partners.
yeah,
And it takes a lot for us to become vulnerable and
yeah,
be vulnerable with you and tell
yeah,
you what we're going through and what's happening in our lives. And a lot of times what happens is what people don't understand as black men, when you have a partner and you go out and bust your ass every day, as black men, we wear the weight of the world on our shoulders
yeah.
every
You
day
got
to
to.
provide for the people that we care for. Whether
Yeah,
it's whether you got 3 wives, 2 wives, a girlfriend and a wife, whatever it is,
right,
we don't support that here. But you guys know what I'm talking about.
right.
And to come home to a partner, and this really goes for not just men. We talking about my African American women, because
Yeah,
there's men out there that, guess what, y'all petty.
yeah. And sassy, sassy. You, yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. We'll talk about that later. Sassy. There's a
We're going
lot
to
of
talk
sassy dudes out here.
about. I hit a nerve right there.
You
We're
hit
going
a
to
real sassy
yeah, we're gonna talk about
girl. Why is you sassy and you supposed to be the man? But go ahead, Ice.
yes indeed. And we were and to come home and we've been vulnerable to you, and you
Yeah.
haven't acquired the skills to deal with whatever emotional trauma that you haven't subsided in your life.
Hmm.
Bring that up to me. I'm gonna tell you like this. For me as a man, you do that, I will never trust you again.
Yeah, yeah, and that's understandable. That's understandable.
I
I
don't
respect.
care. Every time you ask me, yo, you are, yup,
Yep,
you good, babe? Yeah, I'm good.
yep.
I'm gonna be so short. You gonna be like,
What's going on?
yeah, when we talk, it's gonna be talk about exactly what we talking about.
Surface
It ain't
stuff.
gonna, what is gonna be
Yeah,
so surface. You're gonna
yeah.
be like,
What's going on? Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and
I've done that to somebody before, and you're right. I mean, brought some up younger, brought some up, threw some in his face, and you're right. It never was the same after that, Ice Man. Never. It never was.
yeah,
Yeah,
and no, matter of fact, I may need to be starting to look for me a room or something, a 1 bedroom or something,
yeah,
because I already know me. I'm out.
yeah. That's
I'm
true.
I'm
And I
I'm
can understand that.
I'm
I
done
can
with you.
understand that. Yeah. Yeah.
You know
We
what I'm
gotta
saying?
be mindful, and I get it. In the Bible, it says it's okay to be angry, but it say don't sin in your anger. So that means you don't have to always go to the left. There's nothing wrong with getting your point across, but at the end of the day, to say, can I live with it? Do I need to apologize for it tomorrow? And how is it going to make this person feel over the trajectory of the remainder of the relationship? You know what I'm saying? So you're right. Certain things is all God. Certain things that I've told you personally that nobody know, just don't bring them up. Just don't. It's easier said than done. But when you love somebody, you know how to cap yourself. Not saying cap
Exactly.
yourself so where you can't tell them the truth, but some things you just don't need to throw in somebody's face. You just don't. You
I
know?
most definitely
Yeah.
totally agree with you on that,
Yeah.
and I think that that's really important to keep up front with anybody that you deal with. And
Hmm.
I totally agree with how you're approaching friendships and
Yeah.
relationships, whatever it's going to be. Look,
Mhm.
It's not about me. It's not about me having boundaries. It's about you understanding that if you're going to be in my presence and whatever we gonna have, you gonna respect me.
Yes, you're going to.
I don't care what your other situations was like, what they allowed you to do, but what you doing with me, we not doing that. I'm gonna
Right,
let you know right
right,
now. You know
right,
what I'm saying?
right.
And if you can't handle that, you could keep it moving
Yeah,
because I
and that's
understand.
okay.
Yeah, and that's fine because I understand today how valuable I am for
Right.
myself.
I like that. Today, how valuable I am.
Today, I
Yeah,
value who I am.
I exactly. I like that.
So, and it's okay. And
Yeah,
and if I do allow you in my space, you need to understand that.
yeah,
And that
yeah.
don't mean you got to walk on eggshells because we're not doing that neither.
Right,
We're not doing that neither because
right.
that's a whole nother situation. However,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna respect me.
Right. Straight up. You're gonna have to.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
You're gonna respect. And I think through my experiences and everything that I've learned about me in my many in all of my situations is that what's important for me is that I need to be with somebody that can listen.
Mm. So that's at the top. I mean, amongst other things, but that's a big deal for you. Someone that can listen.
Yes,
Okay, got you.
that's a big deal because when when you listen, you respect.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't question the listener.
Mm-hmm.
If you come to me and you tell me da 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 da, and I'll be like, okay, well, babe, I don't like when you do that. I don't need to ask you why.
Right.
You don't like it.
That's it.
I
I,
got
I
you.
I understand that. That
I,
makes sense.
I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
I got you.
Right.
But
Because
then
do
you
you
got to.
think when
But
you ask why, it's giving you opportunity, kind of still do it, but do it in a more respectful way? Is that what it is? Yeah.
yes,
Okay.
it
Got
always gives you that door. It's
you. Yeah.
never closed. It's always cracked or the door halfway open.
Right.
But you know what? You know what's funny about that is you do that, and because of your past experiences, and because you haven't really processed that, when you ask me to stop doing something, and I stop doing it, you feel funny
Mm.
because
Mm.
you like because what's happening now? You was expecting me to do it because that's what everybody else.
Right. Has done. Right.
Right. So now you looking at me crazy.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
you got to be able to when 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 you listen, you got to be able to make some changes too.
Yeah.
You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? Because if
Absolutely.
you ask me, that's like someone's like, baby, I don't like when you play with me like that. You little too rough.
Right.
I want to be a girly around you. We don't have to do that. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be like, okay. I ain't gonna ask you why.
Right. Okay. Just won't do it no more. Right.
Yeah,
Right. And you ain't mad. You ain't sitting around being facetious. Well, she don't want me to do this. I ain't gonna talk to her right now.
yeah.
Okay.
I ain't doing.
Right.
Nah, I'm not doing all that. And
Right.
and and you might be like, okay. Now, if you start questioning it
Right.
and you start asking me why, then I know what I need to do.
Right. Right.
Because
Right.
I'm not doing all that adjusting to appease your emotional state.
Mm.
Because you're walking around here all emotionally constipated and you haven't dealt with the issues that you need to be dealing with. You want to
Okay.
continue. No, we're not doing all that.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. All right. That makes sense though. That was well said. I can't argue with you on that. I can't. Auntie ain't got nothing to say about that. Okay. Let me zip it.
hey, hey, man, this is what we do, man. We we are multiple functional podcast, man. We talk
Absolutely.
about it all, man. We don't. It ain't just about
Absolutely.
one thing or another. We just talk about life things, life experiences,
Mm-hmm.
um, our experiences, our emotions, what
Yeah.
we value, what people have value in us, and what we have learned about ourselves and people that surround us. We just want to bring it to you in a different light.
Right. Exactly.
You know, we're not here to offend nobody. Everybody's opinion is valid, and we just trying to give you what we know.
Right. Straight up.
So let me ask you something.
Oh,
in January of 2023, you
The one gift a month.
yeah, you been
Yeah,
sticking to it.
I have.
Okay,
I
okay,
have.
because I have to, man. I look, I buy
What you get
myself
last month?
what I bought me a new camera. I bought me another
Oh, you
camera.
did? Okay, that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Actually, you're looking at me through it right
All
now.
right.
Thing looking real. You
Okay.
know what I'm
Okay.
saying? This is what we doing right here.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You know what? I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that
Good. Okay.
because I'm one that don't treat myself
Right. Right.
because
I can see that. I can see that.
I'm worried about everybody else.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Next month I'm going on strike. I'm gonna get me I'm gonna get me a left sock for September and a right sock for October.
Nah, that do
Yeah.
not count. You can't have it. No, that do not count. That do not count.
I can't split the sock bag up.
No, sir. No, sir.
I
No,
can't I
sir.
can't put one sock on layaway.
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
Last month, what was last month? July. I bought myself a new Bible. I've been wanting a Bible. My mom gave me this Bible maybe like 10, 15 years ago. You know how it's kind of was breaking up the binding. Still have it though. But I wanted a new Bible because I started going to this women's Bible study on Saturday morning at 7:30 in the morning. Yes, I do get up early. I'm an early person.
Good
So
for
I
you.
needed I was using my study Bible, which is like this big, too heavy. So I bought me a Bible. It's really nice last month. And then this month, I bought myself two pair of dunks. I never had dunks before, and I bought a black and white pair, and I bought a pair that came out in 2021 called Winter Solstice. So that was my treat to myself.
All right, all
Yeah,
right, all right. That's what's happening, man.
yeah, yeah.
That's what's happening.
But you know what? Can I tell you something else? I'm glad that I know we got to wrap it up. But the other thing too that I've been doing since and I didn't mention it to you since March. I buy myself something tangible, but I do something for myself emotionally, financially, spiritually, something like that. I give like last month I gave myself room to cry about something. It wasn't some plan. I didn't have it on my schedule, but I gave myself the room to be vulnerable with myself, cry, and feel the way that I felt. I wrote it down, and I said, you know what, it's okay, and I left it there. I gave because I'm one of them people that I'm very emotional. I'm very emotionally supportive of others, but I always feel like my feelings are not. I don't want to say good enough, but my feelings don't matter because I'm always supporting other people. But I say no, I got to stop that. If I'm hurting, I'm hurt. And so yeah, I did that. And then this month, I'm focusing more on studying my word and being more focused. Instead of always, having people call me at the last minute, do this, do that, do that. I'm shutting it down, so I'm learning to say no a little bit better. So yeah.
You know, I'm proud of you. It's funny that we talking about it because I've been going through that process myself.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been finding myself having to find time just for me, no work,
Yeah. Just
no
quiet time.
research. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and you know what? It's been crazy because it's over the last month, every night at 3 o'clock in the morning, I get up
Mm.
and I get up and I have a Bible app in my phone, and I
Mm-hmm.
grab my phone and I just go into my my quiet place,
Right.
and I
Right.
just sit there, man, and I just open the Bible and I look up. It's 45 minutes gone,
Yeah. Yeah. It's easy. Yeah.
and I go back to sleep, man. And I'm gonna tell you something. I don't know about y'all, man, but boy, that be some good sleep after you, man. Man, I'm
Man.
telling you something, man. You be reading that word, man, and
Yeah.
that thing get in your soul.
Yeah.
And man, you go lay there, man. It don't even take you 5 minutes to go to sleep, man.
Yeah.
You be,
It does not.
whoa,
It does
man.
not.
You
It
wake
does
up, you
not.
be like, all right, I'm ready to go make the donuts. I'm ready to do this thing.
Yeah.
So I most definitely understand where you coming from,
Yeah.
and because everybody's season is different. And sometimes for me personally, and this is for everybody that's watching the podcast, you'll go through a season in your life where whether you at work or you in a relationship or you just trying to do some things for you and your kids,
Mm-hmm.
and everything is uncomfortable.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've been experiencing that.
Yeah.
And what I understand about uncomfortability is that through that process, it's preparing me for the next thing
It
that
is.
I don't even
It
know
is.
that's coming.
Yeah.
And that's what's scary because we be wanting to know,
Absolutely.
but we don't be knowing.
Is that we don't? Sure don't.
We
Nope.
don't be knowing. We
Nope.
don't know how it's coming or when it's coming. So I'm keeping my feet down, T, and my
That's
head
good.
up.
That's good.
And that's what we do. Hey man, we had a great podcast, man.
We
We was getting
did.
ready to get mushy on y'all for a
I
minute, man.
know.
But
I
you see,
know. Hey,
I
but
gotta
that's
turn
okay.
that thing.
That's
I
okay.
gotta turn that thing over, man. Hey man, this is the UNC podcast.
Yes,
I'm
it
telling you,
is.
man, we got some big things coming for you guys, throughout the year. For you guys that's been supporting us and watching our podcast, I'm gonna tell you something, man. We really, really appreciate it. This ain't about no numbers or people that's subscribing. We
Mhm.
really just want to be able to, man, come on here and
Yeah.
give you guys
And
a
give back
message
to you
and
guys.
hope somebody hear this.
Yeah.
And guess what? I hope that we can touch one person.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that's it. That's what
That's
we
all
do
that
on the
matters.
UNC.
That's it.
That's all that matters,
That's
man.
all that matters.
You know what? We had a great show.
We did.
Please send out your emails at uncpodcast@gmail.com. I'm telling y'all, man, she ain't gonna mention it, but man, I'm talking about the church lady, man. She on the ground, man. And she will be near a church near you.
A
And I'm
church
telling
near
you,
you, baby.
I'm
A
and I'm
church
telling
near you.
y'all better be on y'all P's and Q's. Cause
Yes.
guess what? In about 3 or 4 months, man, we gonna pull out all the episodes, man, and
Yes.
we're gonna spill all the tea on you church folks.
All
So
of it.
y'all, man,
All
hey,
the
y'all
tea.
better be on it. They need to be
All
on
that.
it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. But yeah, from Tiana and Isaac and the UNC staff and everybody that's
Yes.
involved with us, if ain't nobody tell you that they love you, we love you
We
guys.
love you.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, hang around for a few minutes.